Hi, first grade. It is Miss Owens, and I am going to go over day 34 with you. Our office hours are from 9:15 to 10:15 and 1:15 to 2:15. This is the work that we're going to go over today in the video. Make sure if you have any questions still after this video that you jump in for your teacher's office hours, and they are going to be happy to help you. All right, so for your math today, it's important that you have your math journal ready to go because a lot of the work you'll be doing is inside your math journal. So for number 1, tell how the shapes are alike and how they are different in your math journal. So I have given you sentence starters, okay? And we're gonna be talking about these 5 shapes. Number 1, these shapes are alike because. So tell me how they are the same. What do you notice that's similar between those shapes? For your second sentence starter, these shapes are different because. Tell me what's different. Something that you notice. Make sure when you write these sentence starters, you write with a capital letter at the beginning and punctuation at the end. Go ahead and pause this screen so that you can copy down these sentence starters. If you do not want to do sentence starters, you are also welcome to put it into a tree map. You need to choose one or the other. So you can also put it in a tree map that looks just like this. So you can go ahead and pause on this screen and copy this down. You do not need to do both. Choose either sentence starters or a tree map. For your second activity in math, number 2, it says, Tanya says this shape is not a square. Do you agree? Explain in your math journal. So you're going to copy down the sentence starter, but when you copy it down, you only need to say, I agree, or I disagree with Tanya because. You do not need to write both of these. Make sure you have a capital letter in the beginning and a period at the end of your sentence. So do you agree that it's not a square, or do you disagree that it is a square? For your math exit ticket, go ahead and look on page 9. You will be completing most of your work on this worksheet as well as in your math journal. So your directions are to write 2 things that are always true about each shape on the lines to the right of the shape. So for example, a square. I know something that's always true about it is that they always have 4 equal sides. It always has 4 equal sides. So each one of these sides is always equal. Another thing that's always true about a square is that it has 4 corners. Oops, I typed the wrong thing. It has 4 corners. These do not need to be in complete sentences. You are just jotting down your ideas. You need 2 things that are always true about each shape. So 2 things that are true about a square that I've already given you, 2 things that are true about rectangles, triangles, and circles. Now the next part, it says write 2 things that are always true about a hexagon in your math journal or on blank paper. So the hexagon is not pictured here. So in your math journal, you need to draw a picture of the hexagon and then write 2 things that are true, always true about it. Don't forget that part. On page 10, you will see your second math exit ticket. So your first one says, I have 6 angles and 6 sides. I am a closed figure. Cross out the shape or shapes I cannot be. So start at the first direction. I have 6 angles and 6 sides. There's already a shape in here that does not have 6 sides. So you can easily pick out one and cross it off. The next thing says, I am a closed figure. Look at the shapes that are not closed, that have open spaces, and go ahead and cross those out to find the last remaining shape. Your second question, you will need to write this in your math journal, and you can title it Math Exit Ticket, page 10. So higher order thinking. Jake says both of these shapes are hexagons because they are closed, have 6 straight sides, and are red. Do you agree? Explain. So in your math journal, do you agree that they are both hexagons or do you disagree? Explain it in your own words. Make sure it's a complete sentence with a capital letter and period at the end. Now for reading, you're going to watch the module video for date 34. In the video, it reads this passage to you. So you can either read it yourself on this page or in your packet, or you can listen to the video, and that link is in the description below and in the Daily Dojo message. We're going to be thinking and talking about ways that people can help birds based on the information in the article. So it's a good idea in a little bit to go ahead and pause on this screen so that you can not only read this information in your article, but also copy down the sentence starters. So for day 34, it says how to welcome migrating birds. Use evidence from the text to support your thinking. Why does the author say that people should grow plants? I remember when I read the article that it talked about why we should grow plants. So I'm going to either circle or underline or box it where I found that information to show my teacher where I found that evidence. Once I find my evidence, I'm going to complete the sentence starter. The author says that people should grow plants because, and pull some evidence from here to complete that sentence. Now for number 2, it says, what is something that people can make for birds? I remembered back in the article, it talked about things that we can make for them to help them. So I'm going to either circle that information, square it, or underline it to show my teacher, again, where I found my evidence. And then I'm going to start my sentence. People can help birds by, what are some things that we can do to help birds? It's right here in your article. Now your last step is to draw a picture of something that people can make for birds. So you can choose one of the things you talked in here or one of the things in the article. Make sure you get all of your evidence from the article, and it's a really good idea to underline it, box it, or circle it to show your teacher where you found that evidence. Go ahead and pause here so you can copy down those sentence starters. For word work, you have a video for day 34. The link is in the description below and in the Daily Dojo message. This video does a great job teaching the skill, and it's really important that you watch these videos from CMS. So for your activity today is sort it out. You've done this over and over again. You guys should be pros at this. So you can either fold a piece of paper in half and write AY on one side and OW on the other side, or you can create a tree map. If you want to go ahead and pause, you can copy down your words here, or you can pull them from your packet. This is an example of how you can set up your work in your notebook. So I have created a tree map like we would in school, and I labeled it vowel teams. We have the AY vowel team and the OW. Now below it, I'm going to put those different words and sort them into my tree map. You have an optional activity to try and find other words that have long vowel sounds spelled with AY or OW. Look in a book, around your home, or on Raz Kids or Epic and add to your tree map. So for science, our topic is push. A force makes something move. A push makes something move away from you. I want you to walk around your house and find a variety of objects and practice pushing things away from you. What did you notice as you completed this task? Did each item require the same force? On a sheet of paper, draw and label pictures of objects you can push and what you noticed. Try to aim for at least 3 objects that you found that you could push and what you noticed about them. So for example, an example of something that I can push is a utensil drawer in your kitchen. Everyone should have one of these that has either things that you cook on the stove with or maybe silverware. But when I push it, I don't really have to push that hard. I can gently push it and it goes right back in. But something that might take a little bit more effort and some muscles that I really have to push is a closet door that's overfilling. So looking at this picture, there's tons of stuff just falling out, and that person is having to push as hard as they can. So in my house, I found 2 things that I can push: a utensil drawer and a closet. But these things take different efforts to push them in. Now, these are your specials for the week. Remember that if you have any questions or need any help, to please reach out to your teacher and join us for our office hours, and we are happy to help you in any way.